Okay, so in this video I want to talk about ATP and how it works with our reactions in our cells. So let's say we have two proteins and they need to bond together in order for some function to occur. Okay, and they take a certain amount of energy. Even with enzymes, they take a certain amount of energy to put together. Okay, where do we get that energy from? Well, we actually get that energy from something called ATP. Now, ATP is a molecule, okay, that is in a relatively unstable state. So it's unstable right now, and it gives energy to reactions by turning into ADP and an extra phosphate, okay? So this means that basically you're losing a phosphate from the original molecule, and it's just detaching, okay? And this is going to be a more stable state than ATP. So we're basically storing energy in an unstable molecule, and then when it uses its energy on a reaction, and when it gives energy to a reaction, it goes back to a stable state, and it releases energy. It releases energy because it's turning into a stable state. Okay, so when we have molecule A and molecule B, what happens exactly? Well, energy has to go in, and ATP comes along, okay? And then ADP will be produced because energy was released. So energy was added to this reaction, okay? And then we have A and B happily together, okay? So how do we make ATP in the first place? Well, if it's unstable, we have to put energy in. Well, we get that energy from cellular respiration, which we'll go into more detail later on. Cellular respiration. Okay. So it produces ATP, which is energy, and this ATP goes around your cells, giving energy around. So again, ATP is unstable relative to ADP, okay? So cellular respiration puts energy into ADP to convert it back to ATP. So let's do this whole thing again, okay? Let's say you start with ATP, and then it's applied to some sort of reaction, and it turns to ADP, okay? Now, the cellular respiration is going to use energy in order to convert it back to the unstable state that it was in before, ATP. So again, and now it's back to ATP, and ATP is unstable, so whenever it uses its energy, it will go back to a stable state. Going back to a stable state will make it release energy, and therefore adding energy to a reaction. So that's ATP. It's produced by cellular respiration, and it converts to ADP, which is more stable when it wants to use its energy. Okay, so we're going to go into cellular respiration later on, but ATP is the energy that the cell uses in order to make reactions occur. Note that there is a limited amount of ATP, and that's why we need enzymes in order to decrease the amount of energy required. So then we need less ATP. Okay, so there are sometimes several ATPs used in certain reactions. So that pretty much wraps up all of ATP, the energy of the cell, and how it works. Thank you.